how do we establish that trust? Now, we've talked a lot about some of this trust, but let's be honest, this stuff is hard because we're not sitting next to each other. And actually, it's really easy, and I do this with Ashley. Now, Ashley has got the best smile in accountancy. I defy anybody else to have a better smile than that in accountancy. And instantly, as soon as when Ashley goes into thinking mode, he stops smiling. And I see this really serious Ashley take place. And it's almost as if I've whacked him across the face with a wet fish. And instantly in my mind, I go, I've upset Ashley, I've upset Ashley, I've upset Ashley. And this is the reality of only having that camera. It's so easy for misunderstandings to take root. And there's many a time I've gone, are you right? Ashley goes, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just thinking. You know, I'm a bloke. It takes time to think, you know.
Careful.
Yeah, we're not PC.
I'm used to it. And I think that's a great point you made there, Heather, because some people are naturally bouncy and happy all the time. And so when they're not, it's like, oh my goodness, there's something wrong with you. But no, that's just, I'm taking it in. And you know that now, but initially, yeah. It's sort of like, oh, where's my smiley Ashley?
Yeah. Wait, where's my ticker gone? I've been replaced by Pooh, you know, Winnie the Pooh, not Pooh. You know, I've been replaced. You know, what's going on here? Where's Ticker? And it's so much easier. So one of the things as a leader is we've actually got to be really good at checking out our misunderstandings. Go, look, I've got something on my head going on in my head that you're not happy at the moment. I can see from your face that something didn't quite sit there. Am I getting the wrong end of the stick? As a leader, over communicate, because actually we can talk ourselves into the fact that there's a problem. And we can go, Ashley's annoyed with me. I've upset Ashley. And then so we don't talk to Ashley. Ashley's annoyed with me. I've really upset him. Ashley goes, why isn't Heather talking to me? Oh, she doesn't care about me. Well, I'm not going to talk about her. You can sod off. And before you know it, that one little assumption that I didn't check out has suddenly become a big issue. It's really important as a leader that we check out all of our assumptions. But also there's loads of distractions when we're on camera. You know, I've got Alec rebuilding his Kenilworth Castle model in Lego outside that I can hear. Occasionally the sodding Amazon delivery man comes, and if the kids aren't downstairs, I've got to go and pick it up. And at this point in time, they do not let you, they know people at home, don't they? They do not let you go without ramming the thing around the door. Then there's somebody driving into the close, which, oh, what are they parking there for? They're, there's a notification about my email. And before you know it, you've been distracted. So this is what we're battling against. And actually, as a team leader, we've got to establish the trust downwards, and we've got to establish the trust crosswards. And actually, the buck stops with you. So if you've got a dispute between team members, it's up to you to sort it out. We're the adult in this relationship. So this is one of the trust triangles. As a leader, you've got to be authentic. They've got to experience the real you. Now, all of us as the real we all have our flaws. Ashley will tell you now that occasionally I can be blunter than a blunt thing.
In blunt land.
Yes, in very blunt land. Ashley will tell you now that my attention span is the lowest in the team. Yes, and that's on a good day, you know. I rival goldfish at times. But they have to experience the real you. And I will apologise to my team. And I'll say to my team, we can't do 90 minutes. We'll need a break in there because otherwise you'll lose me. You know? And you and Lisa do the planning, don't you, to go, right, how long do we think we can keep Heather's attention before we have to change the subject and do something else? You know, we all have flaws. Don't feel you need to be the most perfect person. And yeah, if you've got a bit of a temper and occasionally can go and blame people, let people know and be good at apologising. The next thing is empathy. Do I believe you care about me and my success? You know, are we staying engaged? Or when I'm speaking to Ashley, something kind of, oh, that's quite interesting over there. Because as soon as you start getting distracted in those conversations, you send a message that I am not caring about you. You know, do my staff think I put myself first? You know, it's the classic one where you say, oh, we don't have the cash in the business, and then you turn up with a nice new car. You know, Are the staff thinking, do you put yourself first? They've got to believe that they care about you and your success. And within the environment that we operate, if you're prepared to spend time with them, take an interest in them, you'll move massively forward on the trust index. And then the other thing is logic. Actually, do I believe in what you're saying? And are your reasoning and judgment sound? You know, you're not going to stand to your staff and go, we're going to make $1 million next year. Well, you might do, actually. I don't know what your business is like, Neve. But, you know, it's got to be believable. But more often than not, it's not that people mistrust your judgment, but we're just not good at communicating our ideas regularly enough. We think the team know what's going on in our head, but we have to become this broken record. What is important? What do we need to be talking about? But when we think about it, we need that trust, not just to be upwards and downwards, but across. So how are we helping our team and modeling authenticity, vulnerability, consistency? You know, if you want something done, you need to make sure that you are leading from the front. Very occasionally, actually, I miss off a daily update, don't I? But it's very rare, isn't it? There's normally says, Heather's been busy from about 7 a.m. this morning. Do what we say we're going to do. You know, find the common ground and trust in ourselves. So that comes into communication. Now, how are you getting those water cooler moments? How are you actually getting that social time? So let's just think about, what can we do as a team leader to establish that trust? Well, first of all, trust goes hand in hand with psychological safety. If you've built a culture that's got that safety in it, it's going to almost always have that trust built in as standard. Be honest with the team members. You know, if the business is having a difficult month, talk about it. Do talk about it. You know, at the start of lockdown, every single member of my team turned around to me and said, if I need to take a pay cut or reduce my hours, I will do. Without exception. I love my team, by the way. Even the reprobate down in Devon. Also, remember, if we're going to get that trust, we need to have those common ground. We have those connections. So start the virtual social time for your team.